Muhammad was born in Mecca, around 570 CE. He was orphaned at a young age. His grandfather and later his uncle raised him. Growing up, Muhammad was known for his honesty and trustworthiness. He was called Al-Sadiq, the truthful, and Al-Amin, the trustworthy. He worked as a shepherd and later as a trader. This exposed him to different cultures and broadened his perspective. Muhammad was a thoughtful young man. Disturbed by the social injustices he witnessed around him, he often retreated to meditate in the mountains surrounding Mecca. At the age of 40, Muhammad's life changed dramatically. He was known for his honesty and integrity, earning the title Al-Amin, meaning the trustworthy. Despite living in a society filled with idolatry and moral corruption, Muhammad often sought solitude and reflection. He received his first revelation from God through the angel Gabriel. This profound experience marked the beginning of his prophethood. The angelic visitation was both awe-inspiring and overwhelming, as Gabriel commanded him to read or recite. This happened while he was meditating in a cave called Hira on Mount Nur. The cave, a place of peace and contemplation, became the sacred site where the divine message was first delivered. Muhammad would often retreat here, seeking clarity and understanding. The revelation, which continued for 23 years, formed the verses of the Quran. These revelations were meticulously memorized and later compiled into the Holy Book. Each verse carried profound wisdom and guidance for humanity. The core message of the Quran was simple: there is only one God, Allah, and He is to be worshipped alone. This monotheistic belief was revolutionary in a polytheistic society, challenging the existing norms and practices. The Quran emphasized the importance of submitting to God's will. It called for a life of devotion, prayer, and adherence to divine commandments. The faithful were encouraged to seek a deep personal connection with their Creator. It called for righteous living, kindness to others, and social justice. The teachings promoted compassion, charity, and the fair treatment of all individuals regardless of their status or background. These principles formed the foundation of the Islamic faith. The early Muslim community, inspired by Muhammad's teachings, strived to embody these values in their daily lives, creating a society based on justice, equality, and spiritual devotion. Muhammad began to share the revelations he was receiving. He called on the people of Mecca to abandon their idols and worship the one true God. His message resonated with some, particularly the poor and marginalized. However, many of Mecca's elite felt threatened. His message challenged their power structure and traditional beliefs. Muhammad and his followers faced increasing persecution. They were mocked, threatened, and even physically harmed. Despite the hardships, Muhammad remained steadfast in his mission. He continued to preach the message of Islam with unwavering conviction. With persecution intensifying, Muhammad received instructions from God to migrate to the city of Yathrib. The early Muslims faced relentless hostility and oppression in Mecca, making their lives increasingly difficult. The divine command to migrate was not just a physical journey, but a spiritual and communal transformation. This city later became known as Medina, the city of the Prophet. Yathrib was a city with a diverse population including various tribes and religious communities. The arrival of Muhammad and his followers would forever change its landscape and significance. The migration, known as the Hijra, marked a turning point in Islamic history. It was a journey filled with challenges and uncertainties, but it also symbolized hope and new beginnings. The Hijra was not just a physical relocation, but a profound act of faith and resilience. It took place in 622 CE, marking the beginning of the Islamic calendar. This event was so significant that it became the starting point for the Islamic lunar calendar, emphasizing its importance in the Muslim world. In Medina, Muhammad was welcomed as a leader and peacemaker. The people of Medina, known as the Ansar, embraced the migrants, known as the Muhajirun, with open arms, creating a bond of brotherhood and unity. He established a community based on the principles of Islam. This new society was built on the foundations of justice, compassion, and mutual respect. The teachings of Islam began to flourish, guiding the daily lives of the people. The Constitution of Medina, drafted by Muhammad, guaranteed religious freedom and established rights and responsibilities for all citizens. This groundbreaking document was one of the first of its kind, promoting coexistence and cooperation among the diverse inhabitants of Medina. It served as a model for social harmony and justice. The principles enshrined in the Constitution of Medina laid the groundwork for a just and equitable society, where people of different backgrounds could live together in peace and mutual respect. This legacy of Medina continues to inspire and guide communities around the world today. In Medina, Muhammad established the first mosque. It served as a place of worship, education, and community gathering. He continued to receive revelations from God, which addressed the growing Muslim community's needs and challenges. The Quran addressed matters of faith, law, and social interactions, providing guidance for all aspects of life. Muhammad emphasized the importance of brotherhood and unity among Muslims. He stressed the equality of all people regardless of tribe, race, or social status. His leadership fostered a strong sense of community and purpose among the Muslims in Medina. The early Muslim community in Medina faced hostility from neighboring tribes. Several battles ensued, including the Battle of Badr, Uhud, and the Trench. These battles were fought in self-defense and to protect the nascent Muslim community from annihilation. Muhammad led the Muslims with courage and strategic brilliance. He always emphasized restraint and compassion, even in the heat of battle. He forbade the killing of non-combatants, the destruction of crops, and the mistreatment of prisoners. His conduct set a high moral standard for warfare. In 630 CE, after years of exile, Muhammad returned to Mecca with a large number of his followers. The Meccans, realizing the futility of resistance, surrendered peacefully. Muhammad entered his birthplace not as a conqueror, but as a liberator. He ordered his followers to show mercy and forgiveness to their former persecutors. He destroyed the idols inside the Kaaba, rededicating it to the worship of the one true God. The conquest of Mecca marked a turning point in Arabian history. It paved the way for the spread of Islam throughout the region. Section 8. The Final Years and Legacy of a Prophet. Muhammad spent his final years consolidating Islam in Arabia. During this period he focused on unifying the various tribes under the banner of Islam, fostering a sense of community and shared purpose among his followers. His leadership was instrumental in transforming a fragmented society into a cohesive and vibrant community. He continued to receive revelations from God, which were compiled into the Quran. These revelations provided guidance on all aspects of life, from personal conduct to social justice, and became the foundation of Islamic law and ethics. The Quran remains a central text for Muslims around the world, revered for its spiritual and moral teachings. He performed his farewell pilgrimage, delivering a sermon that encapsulated the essence of his teachings. This sermon, known as the Farewell Sermon, emphasized the principles of equality, justice, and compassion. It was a powerful message that resonated deeply with his followers and continues to be a source of inspiration for Muslims today. In 632 CE, at the age of 63, Muhammad passed away in Medina. His passing marked the end of an era, but his teachings and the community he built endured. Medina, the city where he spent his final years, became a center of Islamic learning and culture, attracting scholars and devotees from across the Muslim world. His death was a profound loss for the Muslim community. The grief was palpable, as they had lost not only a leader but also a beloved guide and mentor. However, the community he had nurtured was resilient, and they continued to uphold his teachings and spread his message. However, he left behind a legacy that would transform the world. The Islamic Empire expanded rapidly, spreading the teachings of Islam far and wide. His vision of a just and compassionate society inspired countless individuals and shaped the course of history. He had established a new religion, a thriving community, and a model for righteous living. His influence extended beyond the Arabian Peninsula, impacting cultures, civilizations, and societies across the globe. The principles he championed continue to guide and inspire millions, making his legacy one of the most enduring in human history. Section 9. The Quran, a guiding light for humanity. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, is the cornerstone of Muhammad's legacy. Muslims believe it to be the literal word of God revealed to Muhammad through the angel Gabriel. It is a comprehensive guide to faith, morality, and social justice. The Quran's message is universal, addressing all of humanity. It emphasizes the importance of belief in God, righteous living, compassion for others, and social responsibility. It is a source of guidance and inspiration for Muslims around the world. Section 10. The enduring example of Muhammad's life. Beyond the Quran, Muhammad's life itself serves as a model for Muslims. His actions and teachings are preserved in the Hadith, a collection of his sayings and traditions. The Hadith provides detailed insights into his character, his interactions with others, and his approach to various aspects of life. Muhammad exemplified the qualities of honesty, trustworthiness, compassion, justice, and humility. He treated everyone with respect, regardless of their social status or beliefs. His life is a testament to the transformative power of faith. Section 11. A universal message of peace and compassion. Muhammad's message resonates deeply with people of all backgrounds. His teachings on peace, justice, and compassion have inspired countless individuals and movements throughout history. His legacy continues to shape the world today. His message of submission to God, combined with his emphasis on ethical conduct and social responsibility, offers a path to personal fulfillment and a more just and compassionate world.